Hey everyone, Kevin here. What I'd like to do in this video is talk about mobile phones and explain why I always buy my phones outright and I don't buy them on a monthly contract. Now, that wasn't always the case. When I bought my first Nokia phone in 2000, I got it on a contract. Back then, all mobile phone contracts were on a yearly basis. I believe you might be able to get some on 6 months, but nearly all of them were on a yearly basis. Now, down the line, mobile phone companies started offering 18-month deals and then 24-month deals, and now nearly all phones are on a 2-year contract, at least here in the UK, and it's very difficult to actually get a shorter contract unless you pay through the nose for it. I guess one of the reasons for that was because mobile phones started becoming more expensive. They had to spread the cost of a phone over a longer period. But for me, I've always preferred to buy phones outright. I think the last contract I had bought a phone in a contract was probably back like 2003 or something, 2004. I went traveling around that time, so I ended my contract. And then when I was in Asia and Australia and things like that, I would just buy phones outright. And that is one of the reasons why I started buying phones outright, is because I was traveling and because of freedom. You know, when you've got a mobile phone that's unlocked, that's SIM-free, you can take advantage of the best deals. So if you go abroad, your phone isn't locked, you can just put in a local SIM card, take advantage of local rates, and you can use the phone however you want. And you know, you can unlock your phones when you buy a contract, but you need to pay like £15-20 for the privilege. You know, it's kind of annoying that the way that companies do that, that they try and lock your phones and stop you. Don't get me wrong, I mean, I bought an iPhone 4 unlocked directly from the Apple store, and then when I went to South America, they locked my phone, despite it being SIM-free, and it took 4 or 5 months of emails for them to unlock it, and then they finally admitted, oh yeah, you did buy it SIM-free, sorry. You know, I hadn't been able to use the phone for months. But by and large, I think when you buy SIM-free, you're buying the freedom to do what you want with the phone. But that isn't the main reason. As I said, you can unlock any phone by paying, you know, a £15-20 admin fee. The main reason is financial. Most people don't realise that when you pay for a mobile phone on a monthly contract, you're paying through the nose. You really are paying a lot more than you need to. I think people are becoming a little bit more savvy about this over the last year or two, because they have started, at least here in the UK, they've started offering SIM-free contracts and, you know, SIM-only deals. So for people who don't want to change their phone, they're offering them a SIM-only deal. So you only buy the SIM card, you can get it on a 30-day monthly rolling contract or on a 12-month, you know, 1-year contract, and you get a really good deal out of it. I recently changed. I was on a 30-day rolling contract for quite a few years, and one of the benefits of that is that I can, again, it comes to freedom again, when you're on a 30-day contract, you can change your contract, you can change your provider as many times as you want. When, you know, the coverage is wrong or isn't good, or when a really good deal comes up, you can take advantage of it. You can swap your SIM card, you can swap your provider, and all of a sudden you're now on a better deal. Whereas when you're tied in for 2 years, in the second year, you're nearly always getting a bad deal compared to what's available. You know, things move forward, they start offering more data, more minutes and things like that. And if you're being held back on what was a good deal 2 years ago, you know, by the end, you'll be paying through the nose. Now, one of the biggest things about buying a mobile phone contract, getting a phone under a mobile phone contract, is that you're getting the latest phone. Most people buy a phone in a monthly contract that gives them at least a mid-range phone, but, you know, normally a high-end phone. You're going to buy a phone that's normally out with what you can buy. You know, an iPhone, for example, a lot of people can't afford to buy an iPhone outright for £800 or, you know, $1,000 or whatever it is, but they can pay it up monthly at £50 or $50 a month, and they can get the latest and greatest phones. But as I said, I don't think people realise how much they're paying through the nose for that. So just give you an example. I'm paying £11 per month for my deal, and this deal here now, this is Virgin Mobile in the UK. Now, they price it differently. A lot of companies are starting to do this, where they show you the price of the phone and then they show you the price of the contract. The contract there is £15 a month. So, you know, just through the SIM-only deal that they come up, it was like a bargain that came up. I managed to save £100 over 2 years, you know, just by getting the SIM-only deal. It's a little bit cheaper. But what they've got here is the Samsung S8, which is the latest phone that's out. Samsung S8, 64GB, just the normal version. They're charging £35. Now, they say it's £35 monthly cost, 0% APR. Now, 0% APR sounds good. You're not paying any interest on it. And it's a 24-month agreement. Now, as I said, 0% sounds good. But £35 over 2 years is £840. That is a lot of money. It's very, very expensive. And if you look on Amazon UK, you can see that it's £682. So right away, you're paying £160 more just to get on contract. But here's the thing. The deal on Amazon UK isn't even the best deal. If you looked on Hot UK deals, if you go to Amazon Italy, and anyone within the EU can do this, you can buy the phone from Amazon Italy and it works out at £525. So right away, if you just forget about the contract part, forget about the data and the minutes and all that, and just look at the actual cost of the phone, Virgin Mobile there are offering the phone for £840 over 2 years. That's essentially what you were paying, whereas you could buy it for £525. So you're paying £315 more just for the privilege of getting it on a contract. So they can say 0% APR, and it is, but you are paying through the nose. And that is the big problem with buying a phone on a contract. They always give you the phone at the very, very highest price point, and they keep it at that price point for a long time. So, you know, say that phone is £884, or just say a general Android flagship like an LG G6 or something like that, might come out with an RRP of £600. But within about 3-4 months, you can pick up those phones for about £450 SIM free. So it drops in price by £150. The problem is that phone companies like that don't drop the price of the contract. They keep the contract, assuming that the phone is still being sold at the RRP of £600 or £700 or £800. So you end up paying through the nose. And when you buy a phone outright, when you buy it SIM free, you've got the freedom to use it in any way you want. And you can also swap phones whenever you want. You can sell easier and things like that. You don't have to worry about unlocking the phone. You can buy refurbished phones and save even more money. You can buy second-hand phones. You know, you can take advantage of deals, Hot UK deals. You always see a deal, and you'll be surprised. As I said, that phone is £700 nearly on Amazon UK, and going to Amazon Italy, you're going to be saving, you know, £150 or so. So the money that you can save is incredible, and you really can't sniff at how much money you can save by buying SIM free. The downside to all of this is, of course, is that you need to pay the money up front. You can't, you know, you're not spreading the cost over a longer period. But for saving £300, you could get a small loan, and unless the APR is insane, you would probably still save money by getting a loan, then buying a phone outright, and it still works out cheaper than paying for a monthly contract. I think most people, though, it's just convenience. They're just in the habit of buying, the latest phone under a contract basis, and they don't realise how much they're paying. They don't realise, because the way that these companies are pushing it is that, oh, it's only £35 per month, it's only £30 per month. But really, when you buy any mobile phone contract on a 2-year basis, you need to multiply the monthly cost for the data, for the minutes, and the phone itself, multiply it by 24 months, and then come to your total price, and then that's what you're paying. It's it's like those advertisements when they say, oh, this could be yours for less than a cup of coffee per day, and then underneath it will say, well, it's £3.50 per day, you're paying 20 odd pounds per week, and then it's like, 60 or 80 pounds per month, and they're trying to price it at you. You're like, oh, it's less than a cup of coffee, and then you don't realize you're paying thousands over a year. It's just a marketing thing, and I think more people should be looking towards buying a phone outright. Whatever you do, I'm not trying to influence you guys one way or another, and there are some deals that come up. My friend Kevin, he sometimes get a contract, and he does seek out these fantastic deals. There are some good deals that you can get that do work out, just a little bit more than buying it SIM free. But again, all I would say is do your homework, look at the total cost. Don't be mesmerized by all the marketing talk. Look at the total price over 2 years, and look at how much it would cost on a contract basis and how much it would cost by buying a phone outright and getting a SIM-only deal. And if the contract works out to be cheaper, go with the contract. But generally speaking, I would say Buying SIM-free is easier, it's better, and it generally is cheaper as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Please do leave a comment. I'd like to know what you guys think about all of this, and let me know what you do. Let me know if you're on a contract or whether you buy the latest phone outright yourself, whether you buy phones second hand, and leave a comment below if you can. Thanks for watching. Take care.